This is Darren Stoner with The Perfect Bit, and we know it's hard to visualize what's happening in a horse's mouth. So what we've done here, we've made a plexiglass mouth so you can see what's going on. So this would be like the roof of his mouth, and then the bit will lay on his tongue. So you can see here we have a ported bit and what's going on in the horse's mouth. So let's say we're going to turn. So you can see when I turn, it's going to, not only you can see it gap his mouth, but it also moved this side because it's hooked together. Well, if they both go, that means I'm applying curb chain pressure. So if the horse is going to be obedient to the pressure, he says, okay, you want me to stop because you're applying curb chain pressure. But I said all I wanted you to do was turn left. So you can see that's part of our problem. The other problem is I go to stop. Both of them comes back, I hit the roof of his mouth, and I'm hitting down on his tongue. The point of that is what signal is that for your horse? And people say, well, that tells him to whoa. Well, let's see if the horse is getting that. So if we take this bit and we take the curb chain all the way off, and we take our tie down all the way off, so we're going to isolate this signal. So you get your horse in the pasture and you take off running as fast as he can go, and then you pull on him, and this is going to happen with no curb and no tie down. The question is he going to stop? And obviously he's not going to stop. He's going to lift his head, gap his mouth to try to get away from this pressure. So he just told you, I don't know, that means whoa. And to back that up, let's say when we start our colts, we put a D-ring in his mouth, O-ring, and our signal is going to be on the pressure is going to be on the side of it, the corners of his mouth. So left, I'm going to put pressure on the corners and pull on the opposite side. So he learns direction, breaking at the pole, those kind of things with our D-ring. Then the step up we're going to do is we're going to teach him how to stop with a shank. So only thing a shank is designed for is to apply curb chain pressure. So the curb chain pressure he's going to learn is to stop. So if you think about it, nobody has trained our horse to hit the roof of his mouth and his tongue. So if we haven't trained him for the pressure point and the horse just told us by not stopping in the pasture, that means whoa, then why would we ride a port? And the answer is because people say, I got more whoa. And they do have more whoa. I'm going to agree with you, you did. But it's not because we're hitting in the roof of his mouth and on his tongue telling him to stop. What's happening is let's say the curb chain is already tight on this right here. I'm going to pull it tight. Now when the horse gaps his mouth, you can see I can't even move it because the curb chain is so tight. So the more he gaps his mouth, the more curb chain pressure I'm going to apply. That's how you get more whoa. And the horse knows that means whoa because we trained him for that back when he was a colt. So I got more whoa. That's what I was after. The negative that goes along with this, imagine taking this bit and putting it in your mouth and pulling back. When it hits the roof of your mouth and your tongue, especially the speed that we pull it at, imagine, is your neck going to be soft and supple? And the answer is obviously no. Then when a horse does stop, when he's stiff there, he's going to hit more on his front end. So we've got more whoa, but it's created more problems. So how do I get around that? Well, since really what we're doing is applying more curb chain pressure by gapping his mouth, doesn't it make sense? We could ride a longer shank that's going to apply more curb chain pressure, or a smaller diameter curb chain to give us more curb chain pressure. We stop doing this in the roof of his mouth. Now we've got his mouth closed. He's soft and supple. We even have more whoa now because he's not bracing against it. So to summarize this, the port is designed. I'm going to show you what it's really designed for, and it takes a while to train for it. But let's say this is a horse's mouth, and the rider pulls on it. Well, you can see the angle of the port that it is now. Well, it doesn't line up with the horse's mouth. So the pressure and release training that we do is for this. How does the horse get off of this? It's not stop. What it is he'll drop his head, and you can see it's not hitting him no more. The rider pulls again, changes the angle of the port. The horse lines his head up with it, and it's not hitting him anymore. So a port is designed for headset. So if I'm riding a port and a tie down at the same time, one of them's not working because it's just for headset.